Animo.
Welcome back, guys, to the Diverted Podcast. I'm here with your host, Pilson Don, Luis Perez, and your boy, Nevin Sanchez. Welcome back, guys. Good to have you here. Doing a little cheers, because same pod, new studio.
Yeah,
New
talk
stew.
about that. New studio.
New stew. If you guys could tell, we're in a different space.
Yeah.
Somewhere in downtown.
Upgrading.
Elevated.
High rise.
Otro nivel.
We're on the 80th floor. Let's get it.
80th
Let's get
floor.
it, man. Talk
80th
about it, Nev. What we got going on
The
today?
80th floor below the hell.
Jeez. Kind of
No,
dark. Kind of dark.
well, our new studio is in our my new apartment. Had to do a little move just because rent's going up and lease was up, and had to make that tough decision. Just either stay paying more, or pay for a nicer spot, and just grind it out and try something new.
Nicer spot one.
Yeah, I mean I've been there for a good
Man.
7, 8, almost 7, 8 years since I
Yeah,
started
bro.
Chipotle.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
It's crazy. Honestly, bro, I wanted to tell you. I was like, man, leaving that space is like I haven't said my farewell, my goodbyes, bro, but leaving that space, like knowing that's where like I met your dad, bro. Like that
Same for me, actually. Yeah.
yeah, bro, like I need to go back, and I feel like I need to just like soak it in, you know what I mean? Like you know.
Yeah. I felt like when I was leaving, you know that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when
When he's standing
He's
there
standing-
with like just looking around.
I honestly felt like that right at the end. I was like, shit, damn, we're moving.
Yeah, bro, and like knowing that I met your dad there. Rest in peace to your pops, bro.
True.
And
Rest in peace.
remember the-
Lewis's dad too. Shout out.
Lewis's dad too.
I remember the first time I met your dad. He thought I was white. Remember?
Honestly, he's that's what he's used
He
to.
was talking to me in English, and then this guy had to tell him like, no,
Mr.
That's
Lewis.
funny.
It's
Mr. Lewis,
Mexicano.
hey,
Mr. Lewis, hello.
hey,
no, he didn't know my name, but he was just
hey, ¿cómo está?
like, nice to meet you. And
Nice to meet you.
you were like, no,
Hablo español.
it's
Es de Jalisco. But yeah,
Yeah, man. I just feel like I don't know. I just got to go back and
Drink for the pops. Come on, guys.
yeah, man. I just got to go
Chug,
back
chug, chug.
and reminisce, and because that's the last time I've seen your dad.
there,
Here,
yeah, probably without a shirt.
Nah, for real. Your dad was always shirtless,
Just chilling. Just chilling. He didn't give
on
a
the
fuck.
sofa. He was just always on the phone too.
Bro, always on the phone. Loud for no reason. He'd be like, he'd be on the phone like he's making a international call.
Yeah, man. Nah, he was making moves, man. Love your dad, bro.
Making
honestly.
moves. Yeah.
Well,
But
yeah, man.
yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad that I moved out and stuff. So, moved in with my older brother, Walter. So, feels pretty good with the new place and settling in. A lot of unpacking to do, and man, fucking moving just sucks ass.
This
Nah, for real.
marks the third studio
Third studio.
Oh, yeah.
for the
Wow.
podcast.
Oh yeah, first
Wow, yours
Lewis.
is the first.
Yeah.
Lewis is the first. If you go to episode 1, you can see your studio. It was a nice studio. Lewis lived in
Was it? I don't.
River North area, and he was living lavish. Him and his
Oh,
pops
yeah.
and
Police
Tell
every-
him
every
what
10
the
minutes.
what
man,
the,
talk to him
what
about
the
it.
indoor pool.
Yeah, it was skyrise. Oh, I had full access to the pool. Sheesh.
It was a full Olympic sized pool. No,
Olympic size pool.
Bro, with the
Yeah.
jacuzzi on the side too.
Had
bro.
a helicopter pad. We get helicopter rides from anywhere around the city.
Yeah,
It was really nice.
man.
I mean, I wish I had
But
that.
then I woke up and I realized my place was a shithole.
COVID fucked everything up, man. COVID fucked everything
Yeah,
up.
because wait, they raised your rent too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By 100. So it was like, I was paying 700 and it went up to like 800. But the place looked like a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean
it was
my
terrible.
my place too. I mean it was cheap because it was public housing in the area, but after a while, I mean like it wasn't livable. I'm pretty sure there was like the wall. It was an old building, so I'm pretty sure it was old. Pretty sure, mold or something back there. But
Right by Cabrini Green.
Cabrini Green.
Candyman.
Oh, yeah. I always walk past that little church and stuff. I always look at it just after watching the movie and stuff. Because I saw it way after it came out.
I
and
never
stuff.
saw that movie.
The first original Candyman or the
Neither.
or the sequel with the Abdul Mateen.
Neither of them.
Neither of them.
They're very well known.
I know the main
area
guy and stuff, but like other than that, no, I don't know.
Just you only knew the name.
Yeah.
Just because it was a Chicago known thing. Yeah, the same thing too. I never watched it either, and literally,
I heard the main actor who plays the killer. I don't know his name.
Yeah, the new one or the old one.
He was in both, no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Shout
out to them.
He had a contract where like he paid. I forgot. It was a couple of thousand per beast thing.
Oh yeah, because he used live bees and stuff.
Yeah, he had like a bunch of bees everywhere. And actually, that's not a good movie for me since I have a bee phobia, so I'm staying away from that.
What?
Yeah.
What?
A terrible bee phobia, dude.
I could see. All right.
My body tenses up, dude. I'm like, it feels like a hostage situation whenever they get near me.
Funny situation at Astra, one of their calm rooms, they sat in the bee room where they projected bees.
Oh yeah,
How is
Big
that a
giant bees.
So for everyone watching, we're gonna do a little segment here, just because of Adastra, because you brought up a good point, Munoz, of the bee room. Honestly,
Yes, sir.
we actually just did a little movie comparison of all our favorite, kind of like all our favorite movies. Each we all had to pick a specific movie, and we all had to watch each other's movies, and then basically kind of like write some pros and cons and kind of actually talk about it rather than
They're just saying they suck.
Yeah, but
Yeah, like the premise is that so you pick your favorite movie, right? And the other two will criticize it. Continue. Okay. They can't hear me.
Most you've ever lost on a coin toss.
Who's winning? Cut.
Oye, pendejo, you don't know how to knock?
Good.
All right. So the premise of this movie bash is we each pick our favorite movie, and the other two will criticize it. But you can't get defensive about it. You have to come up with logical reasoning for why their criticism may be incorrect. And if you can't figure that out, then you just have to accept it.
yeah, your movie
And
sucks.
there is no perfect movie.
And your movie sucks, and you have no taste.
Yeah, basically.
No, but honestly, we so here's the picks that we chose. Everyone picked their favorite movie. I'm gonna go with mine. At first, I was gonna go. My favorite movie actually is Interstellar, but we had kind of had a conversation and brought up about Ad Astra because it's another sci-fi movie. So Interstellar, if you haven't watched it, it's with Christopher Nolan. But Ad Astra is a film of Brad Pitt, and it's filmed by James Gray. I think the guy did First Man, another space movie too, with Ryan Gosling. A lot of Sigma-based characters right there. But basically, we have Ad Astra. That's me from 2019. Lewis has his No Country for Old Men.
Country for Old Men.
From the Coen Brothers, and then
2007.
2007, and then Munoz has an old classic,
Super classic.
Blood In, Blood Out.
So who wants to go first?
Honestly, let's give a little description about the movie. So let's say who is directed by Ad Astra, and you want to look at the
Ad Astra was this one right here was directed by James Gray, the director. Music composed by Max Richard.
and then cinematography by You know how to pronounce it? Lewis,
It doesn't say it right there.
there you go.
Oh, there it is. Cinematography.
Brad Pitt. Hoyt. Go ahead, Nick.
Hoyt Ben Hoytema. Yeah, we butchered that name.
Hoyte van Hoytema.
Yeah,
That guy.
that
There
guy.
you go. That guy. Good
cinematography.
job, guys. The first time I haven't really ever really said something fully. But yeah, Lewis is directed by the Coen brothers. Everyone knows the Coen brothers. You
Of
know,
course.
the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. What else? True Grit. A lot of like Western.
Yeah.
Western movies, kind of like the.
But this is not your typical Western movie. This is definitely a more
It won Oscars, man. Academy Award for Best Picture. Academy
No
Award
Oscars
for Best
won.
Writing.
no Oscars won. No Oscars won by
By Blood In and Blood Out.
by No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, they won a bunch of Oscars.
There were nominees.
No,
No, they won.
they won awards. And what is the?
Damn, he throwing shade at us. Bro.
Yeah, man.
Ain't no way.
They already talking shit. He's like, they already won
Ain't no
awards.
way. All right,
It's an
wait,
Academy
who's
Award
going
winning
first?
movie.
Who's going first? Who's going first?
We'll start with yours.
No. Let's start with Nevin.
Yeah, so the reason why I picked Ad Astra over Interstellar, because Interstellar was already, pretty much favorited. A lot of people already like it. It's kind of like a overall thing. But Munoz was already talking shit about Ad Astra because I brought up in our conversation off the podcast and stuff while we're like thinking about the movies to choose from. Yeah, I feel like I had to defend it, so I put it in my ranks as right now for favorite movie, because I feel like favorite movies always changes. It's hard to have that number one always on top. So it's kind of like your favorite rappers. Like having your favorite rappers, you're gonna have the top five, but it always switches like all the time. So our off-brand Coca-Cola,
You gotta say the name.
it's called Coca-Cola.
Cocky Cola.
Yo. Nah, you're like.
Let's play football.
World Cup.
World Cup.
Yeah. So I picked Ad Astra, starring Brad Pitt.
So now it's time for your movie to stand the trial.
Okay.
You want to start your?
But I didn't explain why I picked it. Or do you want to explain?
You did. You just said it's
No.
because,
He didn't explain.
was bashing it.
Or do you
so wanted
want?
to defend it.
Or do you guys want to bash it?
Yeah.
And then I
That's your
kind of
defenses. So
and then after I give like the reason why.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, bet.
All right. Hurt my feelings
actually,
right now.
Actually, let me go first.
Give it
since
to
mine
me.
is not as thought out as yours.
Bet.
You'll probably come up with better stuff.
Okay, let's get it.
There's one thing that I know that we both had in common with it was that the pacing was really slow.
Really, really slow. Like this movie is
I stopped
boring.
Yeah, I stopped caring, and a lot of the movie parts don't know what happens because I was spacing out.
What was it? It was like a 2 hour or like something, 2 hour,
Yeah, and it wasn't
20
that bad
runtime.
because Blood In, Blood Out is actually a 3-hour movie.
3-hour movie.
But that one had more things going on, so I could be more engaged with it. But with that Astra, it was just exposition after exposition and talking this, and that to the point where my mind just went blank and I don't know what happened for most of the movie.
Now, are you like a sci-fi kind of like
Yes.
you like sci-fi kind of like space
I'm a bit
like
iffy on it.
you ever seen
Star
a
Wars.
space
Star Wars.
Last
Oh,
episode
so you're
I
more
told-
kind of like
last episode I told him
Fantasy.
not to slander any
Like-
Star Wars.
Like I'm
what about like traditional like like the sci-fi movies that people love like a Space Odyssey 2001.
I want to see those.
Star Trek?
So
It's
you
Kubrick, right?
yeah, Stanley Kubrick.
That's why I want to watch it because Kubrick is one of the greatest directors of all time. So I want to watch those.
But you
movies.
haven't watched that one, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. See, so it's kind of like a little bit like I don't want to say Kubrick, but
See,
Let him finish. Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
what I'm saying is with the pacing being so slow, yeah, I do enjoy my usual, like, I'm not just, I want action in my movies at all times, you know,
Right.
to keep my attention. Ooh, I'm like such a fucking ADHD that I can't keep my mind concentrated. No, it's more of I enjoy it, but if it's all that is, that's when you lose me. You gotta have something in between. Like I've watched, can't think of the top of my head, where like movies that have been mostly just talking, and I've liked it, but I'm pretty sure there's been some. It's just, you know, you gotta throw something in there. You gotta throw a bone, keep the audience engaged. You know.
Yeah.
True.
I will say for the defense of it, maybe because you were telling me before that it might have been more of a theater movie as opposed to a home movie.
Okay.
So maybe that's why we didn't watch it
Yeah.
in theater. So maybe that's why we weren't really engaged with it.
No, we watched it in theater.
You watched it in the theater?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't.
You watch Adastra in theaters?
I think I did. Yeah, I did. After watching that one other boring movie you made me watch.
Blade Runner 2049?
Yeah.
You thought that was boring?
It
I haven't
was
seen it,
so
so
boring. I was asleep.
Oh, you haven't watched it?
I haven't
Oh,
watched it.
I got
I
the
watched the original. But
I got the
haven't
four
watched
I got the 4K 4 I got the 4K Blu-ray if you wanna.
I fell asleep.
Okay. So, it sounded like that.
Nah, go ahead.
Let's see.
What else
Yeah,
you got
too much
for us?
exposition,
Too
which
much.
I've already covered. So basically, I've already covered my stuff. I did. One of the pros that I will give it was that it's very telling about, like, you know, life lessons about being a human, and, you know, like what decisions you make as a person,
Right.
which leads ultimately to being succumbed by your desires. You know, that's what happened to the dad.
Right.
He became completely engulfed in his
Work.
in his work and his idea, which ended with his downfall.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, it's kind of like, not to cut away from this, but just for a little second, for what the Chris Hemsworth show was talking about, how to stop.
Limitless.
On Limitless on Disney Plus. You guys should watch it. And one of the episodes, I forgot which one it was, where he was talking about, just stop for a second, you know, and smell the roses, you know?
Taking all
And that's
taking the
something
nature.
that, you know, if these people in this movie would have done, maybe, you know, things would have been different. But, you know, that's my take on it. Munoz?
Oh man, where do I even start, bro? I could actually start with like 68 things that I hate about Adastra.
Go ahead. But back it up.
I will back it up. Why is there an Applebee's in space?
That's the future.
They do mention about that.
Why?
He said that his dad would have hated it.
Yeah.
So it's basically capitalism doing its thing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Amazon. Well, Jeff Bezos would want a Amazon shipping center on the moon.
Now
They- they
that you're talking about shipping, go ahead, finish.
Not to cut you off on that, but
Finish.
They had something similar to that in what is that movie with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes?
Oh,
Where they get frozen in time and shit. and
I know
come
what
to
you're
the future?
talking about, and he comes back and he's
Running Man.
Running Man,
Is it Running
Like, is
Man?
it Running Man?
No, Running Man's. Oh no, there's some other one.
Demolition Man,
Demolition Man, right?
Yeah.
Demolition Man.
and they had a thing where like they had the fast food wars.
Oh yeah.
And Taco Bell won.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
that kind of that's what reminded me of that. But anyway, go back to what you're saying,
Bro, like honestly, like what you were saying, bro, like are people on Earth hawking the military flights to the moon, but not commercial passenger logs? Like what is going on? Really, that really doesn't make any sense to me, bro.
Damn, you really paid attention.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah. I didn't do.
You're not gonna be able to defend your shit, dude.
Yo, bro.
This guy's a lawyer.
Not only is there an Applebee's there's another restaurant that I seen. I don't know which one it is, bro. And then you want to talk about pirates on the moon? What? Pirates on the moon? Are you pirates?
Yeah, I thought that was weird how like they got attacked. I don't know
By-
where. Like who were
they're
those
like-
people?
There's pirates on the moon. What are you talking about? Pirates on the moon? Why is there pirates?
They should have been taken out a long time ago. What the fuck?
Like you guys?
Nuke?
Nah, bro.
That
Like,
annoyed me, dude.
not only a nuke, bro, but hold on. Like you guys are building underground train transportation, like, and you guys are taking a car to the next destination, bro. You guys are building underground on the moon.
They had to do it in secret though, so I get that.
It doesn't matter, bro. You guys should have taken that secret, whatever, underground in the moon to transport to the next whatever destination.
Devil's advocate.
What is going on, bro? Like, really?
Devil's advocate on that is maybe that, you know, the train probably doesn't go to the destination.
Yeah.
Let him defend it. Let him defend it.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're maybe I see your point about the whole moon with the pirates.
The pirates or the Applebee's?
But we also gotta think this: if whose moon is it? So who owns the moon? No one owns the moon. So it's basically gonna
America owns it.
Brad Pitt's dad inspired every spaceman out there. Oh, when he came up to the spaceship, he said, "Your dad is the reason I'm here." Okay, so that means that half of you guys are there because it's his dad.
Yeah, but you gotta know, like the other countries we've gone against, for, you know, the space race and stuff. You know, that try to beat us to the moon. So I'm pretty sure, you know, since it's like I mean, the moon is.
Did they ever talk about who the pirates were?
No, they just called them pirates.
No, pirates. So I mean, they could have been from different
From
different nations,
different
or
nations for sure.
Okay.
other unsettled bases, like, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, then all of this surrounds, like, evolves around, like, him having daddy issues.
Yeah. It wasn't enough to get my attention.
This is all dad.
Yeah.
Dad. When he sits him down, he's like, "Your dad is still alive."
Yeah, once he sees him, it was kind of like there was no emotion.
I
they both seemed robotic. He's like, "Is that you?"
Bro, it's just
I have cataracts, so my vision is kind of bad.
it's way too slow for me,
Service.
man. The
And-
movie's just way too slow for me.
Brad
And
Pitt
Brad Pitt played a
can
character.
He can
and-
immerse himself into a character. He's not one of those actors who's like, you know, kind of like The Rock, where he plays himself, or Vin Diesel, he plays himself, or at this point Ryan Reynolds, he plays himself. You can actually see him as that character. But in this movie, I saw him as that character, but that character was boring.
Yeah.
Maybe you can agree on that.
Yes, bro. I did not like this movie.
He seemed kind of no emotion.
But you know what? Like, the same movie you made me watch, the other boring movie. Like,
Blade Runner 2049.
yes, the Blade Runner one. Dude, the visuals are there. The CGI is there. But other than that, bro, it's just way too slow. And a lot of things didn't make sense. You know? A lot of things doesn't. Why is there an Applebee's in space?
Did you have a bad experience at Applebee's? Make you come to that as a decision?
You seem to hate Applebee's.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro.
Do
like,
you not like?
Why
Do you
the
not?
fuck is there an Applebee's?
Do you not
like you
not
guys
like
have
Rush?
space pirates on the moon, but then have an Applebee's on it?
Did they win the fast food?
Because I think they're doing basic fast food wars. They're the little colonized territories of the moon. So
they won the bidding war
Nah,
to get
man.
this.
and then who
restaurant.
Your argument is invalid.
but who pays who pays for the space there?
Who watches the Watchmen?
Corporate machines. You know, how do they get funded to stay on the moon?
And then not even to mention, bro, whatever thing that hit, what was it that hit? It was like
It was
a magnitude of something that.
it was basically like some technology, some black matter technology
Yes,
that they created.
It's like an explosion that happened, but yet this man's ship is still running. And all of this happened between 74 minutes. You mean to tell me that all of this happened in 74 minutes? Yeah. 74 minutes. You mean to tell me he went to the moon, to the Mars? No, wait, hold up. He found out his dad was alive, went to the moon, went to Mars, went to his dad under 70-something minutes.
It wasn't
Come
74.
on, man. Move on next, man.
It wasn't.
Can we hear you?
It wasn't 74 minutes because you're thinking about the time it was from the movie when it started to the movie ended. So you're thinking of a time frame. But if you
That's true. I think it took a lot longer because when they discover him, his beard was gray.
remember, because he went because basically he went, what's it called, after he got that explosion, he went unconscious and basically was in recovery.
Oh, when he was fighting the space monkey when
Yeah,
he was
Yeah,
telling him.
2 weeks.
Oh,
it
I'm with
took
you
him-
guys.
So you know, so he was actually technically he was actually gone for about 3-4 months when he was in space, going to go like finding his
You
dad.
should have gone with Interstellar, dude.
No.
You should have went with Interstellar because
I
when
feel
he
like
went
that
back
would've
to
been-
Earth, when he went back to Earth, they told him, yeah, watch the movie and you'll see what they told this man. Let's move on to the next one.
No, because I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna tell why I picked this movie.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna pick why I picked this movie. So the reason why I picked this movie, not because it was of
Brad Pitt.
interest of like everyone's gonna like it, but I picked it personally just because of what it meant to me during that time. So the reason why I picked the movie, there was a lot of notions about something about like Sigma based characters where it's like like you put yourself in that situation, but there was a lot of the narrative of Brad Pitt's character and the father. They're both how are you saying daddy issues? They're both obviously flawed, not perfect. They have a tendency of compartmentalizing when they get emotional. So, and basically, I mean, they focus more on their work rather than focusing like what's in front of them.
Yeah.
So I think at the time, basically that's what I was going through. Was basically I was having those same kind of like aspects going on in life where it's like you think about yourself and then you kind of like what am I doing? Am I here? Am I present? Am I really grounded? And I'm always focusing on thinking too much way ahead. And
See, that's why I said that about the stopping to smell the roses.
yeah,
To kind of just take a breather and realize what you have.
yeah.
If you go too much into what your goal is, achieving the goals, getting the money, doing this, doing that, more often than not, you end up regretting the moments you missed.
Yeah, and that was that.
We'll get into that. We'll get into
And that was
the
basically
list.
the whole thing about.
I like that part about the movie.
Yeah, and like the whole aspect.
The message that it was trying to.
Yeah, because I think it was overlooked because what's it called during that same time, like 2 months ago, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out. So this and the thing that about this
Fantastic movie.
yeah, about this movie, James Gray, he's done a couple other films and stuff, but the cinematography was done by Van Hoytema. But he's done like Inception. What was it, Inception or
Martian?
Or
Yeah, we'll see the
Martian.
Movie, the movie looked.
He's done Interstellar. So I was like picking that because it was Interstellar was already like everyone's a fan favorite, but I picked that one because it's very underlooked. And then everyone's gonna compare it to Interstellar.
Right.
But literally
around the same time.
yeah, but literally the premise at the end of Brad Pitt, I like kind of like the narrative, like the slow pacing, just because a lot of movies are just very fast paced and want to get you there. Something like like most movies and stuff. But the pacing for me, I think it was a time I watched it in Navy Pier IMAX.
Yeah.
Wow, now it's not open, but
If you would have watched it there, then
yeah, I think it was and
we would have enjoyed it.
definitely like it was definitely a different take because I still watch it now. I still watch it on my phone and stuff, but just having that immersive feeling, like the music and then the cinematography too.
Yeah.
The
I
music.
get that because since you had that experience of watching it in theaters, you can rewatch it and enjoy it because it takes you back to where you first watched it.
Yeah.
You said you might
I
have
watched it in
theater
theater,
as well,
bro.
but maybe it wasn't that. Was it?
Going back to what you were saying about the music. Now, we heard why you like it, and you heard us why we don't like it. Now, let's talk about this garbage, no music.
No Country for Old
Movie.
Man is a beautiful masterpiece.
Hold on.
Most you ever lost on a coin toss.
You want to go first?
Sir, the most.
I'm actually on the side of liking No Country for Old Men, just because the Coen brothers. But
Wait.
You have to be the devil's advocate, so give me some negatives.
Honestly, I mean, there's really not a lot of negatives except for maybe the fact that like at the end it was kind of like left ambiguous, where there was a lot of like time that was going on where it was the pacing was a little slow, but parts of me wish that there's like if there was a little more stuff with the other characters going on rather than just Josh Brolin. Kind of see more of like the aspect around everything else. And then for some reason, why are all like Western movies supposed to be kind of like yellowish tone?
Right.
It's like when they do films, like every movie in Sicario,
filmed in Mexico.
It's or in
It's in like a reddish.
it's like a orangish tint.
Yeah.
But
Talk about it.
But it the placements, the shots and stuff, because it's shot by Roger Deakins, one of the greatest cinematographers.
Right. Let's talk about the director and
The Coen brothers.
yeah, man.
So they do a bunch of
legends.
Yeah, they do a bunch of Western movies and stuff, and
The cinematography.
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 Cinematography. See, about what you said about the ending, where it was kind of ambiguous. The director talked about it, how it was that, in real life, the good guy doesn't win, more often than not.
I have something for you.
So that's what makes it realistic, where it's like, oh, the good guy's not going to come out triumphant, at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and the fact that his death was off screen, I know it could be off-putting to some people, but it like just meant that it's like shit happens,
Yeah.
He got with the wrong business. He was ill-equipped for it, and it ended in his death.
I would say
I have something for you for that.
another movie that they did, Hell or what's it called? Noah, I think it's like Hell or High Water with Chris Pine.
I've heard about that.
There's
I
that
haven't
one,
watched it.
but it actually has where the ending is not as ambiguous, or what it kind of is, but it's kind of left at like basically Chris Pine's character and the guy from The Big Lebowski, Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
There we go. So Jeff, Jeff.
That was a terrible thing because he's not in the movie.
Yeah, so Hell or High Water, but there's also like another ambiguous ending in that movie as well. But they kind of left it more to kind of like I think there's more of a setup where you saw everything on screen, where rather than seeing Brolin's character kind of like
But when do you see it that way in any other movie? Where the good guy is the one that gets the, because you ever seen in basically any TV show or movie where the bad guy gets sometimes a meaningless death? It's kind of a meaning towards like, yeah, he died, but he's discarded.
Yeah.
And the good guys, are triumphant at the end. But this time they flipped it on his head and made the good guy be the one who's like, off screen, doesn't matter. Shit happens.
No,
he's dead.
I have something for you.
Yeah.
See,
So your turn now?
a lot of people want to say that that's how real life is, and real life has no music, right? But what keeps me going is music. What keeps a lot of people going is music.
Okay, that's a
Right?
legitimate gripe. Yeah.
Right? If real life was really like that, a lot of people don't live in paranoia trying to find out or move a certain way on who shot at them. Just like how they did to me last month. Right? If real life was really like that. A lot of people do not live that life.
Okay.
Right? A lot of people don't go through these situations where they have to be
But-
looking back and forth trying to see who's shooting at them, right?
But who really has a soundtrack
to their life.
to their life? events?
Nobody has a soundtrack, but
It's
to keep
my
people moving, keep people going.
It's not
There's
what
Events
music.
like
I
that.
have.
You ever notice? Okay, you said you were shot at.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that everything goes fucking silent as that happens?
That is true.
Your thoughts escape you.
Yeah, but to keep
That's
me
what it's trying to portray.
Yeah, but to keep me going from coming outside and actually facing my fear is music.
And
Because
that's-
my mom, by telling me, well, just go outside and go and work, that's not going to do anything for me because I know I have to go and do that. As a man, I know
Side
I have
note-
to go outside and work.
Side note, did we talk about what happened to you?
No, we didn't because I didn't want to talk about it. But
Want to do a little side note on it?
no, I don't.
Sounds fair. Okay.
I don't.
Continue.
Maybe in the future. And maybe in the future, but
Okay.
But,
I don't.
But maybe that's how maybe that's one of your body's reactions to like, you know, for like the things in the world that, you know, that trigger a response to you. And then, like, you know, it's like a way for you to kind of like
like a coping mechanism.
yeah, coping mechanism. Like you know, like putting the headphones on kind of calms you down or kind of takes you away from like, oh, this thing just happened to me.
Yeah.
Rather than other people, like for me, it would be a like fight or flight. Like I would feel my legs like quiver or I'll feel like heaviness or I'll feel like if like I'm kind of like the equilibrium's off and I can't like walk. It's like that. Like either that's how you get to your place where you kind of like, you know, zone down and you're like, all right, let me go back to, you know, let me do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
But you see how this movie has given you a sort of light where you can actually look at your real life
Yeah.
and make a connection with it.
Yeah.
What other movies can you think of that has done that?
That is true. And I feel you on that. But, you know, not a lot of movies where the main character, 3 of them, actually tell you that this is their best movie they've ever been in. None of them. They never said that this movie right here was the best movie they've been in. From Javier
True.
all the way to
But that haircut.
Sheriff.
But that haircut though.
that haircut, though.
That's why he became a psychopath. You know, mom kept giving that haircut.
Funny thing about him with Javier Bardem playing what was his name in the movie?
His name was so weird.
Yeah, he had a weird name, hard to remember. But basically, Javier Bardem's character, he is always, generally a nice guy. Everybody who has met him has said that he's like super nice.
Super nice.
I don't know.
And that was the reason why he didn't want to do this movie.
I saw a TikTok of some person trying to meeting them
Yeah.
coming out of like basically a award ceremony, and he basically like just like kind of like
Brushed him off.
brush him off, like kind of like scoff, like kind of like if he's like these people are beneath me and stuff.
I mean, you know,
Okay. That happens. That happens to a
But
lot of people.
it really does, bro. Because honestly, with finding a wad of money, you know, honestly, like, who are you gonna talk to when you find a big amount of missing money? And first of all, another thing about his movie, if you find a wad of money, switch the bag, change the bag,
yeah,
put the bag,
I was thinking
leave
that
the
too,
bag,
'cause
and
there was
put it in a
tracker
different
it.
bag.
There was a tracker in it. So that's the first thing I would have done is carried it myself and I kept it in the bag.
Now you know. I would have just taken.
you know.
I just would have taken like a good stack.
I would have taken a good stack and put it in my
I'm
pockets.
gone. That's
But you know
that's
what?
probably like what 30 grand right there.
30 grand. But you know who did it, man? Was Josh Brolin, bro. This man right here found the water money, found it with no dialogue in between. And you know what he said? He said that that part when he found the money, the sheriff or whoever he was a cop. It was just, his name is Josh Brolin. He said
Thanos.
that the Coen brothers told him, well, what's missing? Because Josh said, you know, when he opens the money, you know, it needs something, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think it does. And it doesn't make the movie, you know, a cherry on top or that scene a cherry on top.
Yeah, especially
because,
with when you're by yourself.
Yeah,
you're not gonna have a dialogue with yourself.
no,
You fund the money. You're like you look everywhere and you fucking.
and
run
it
with
doesn't need anything.
It doesn't.
But Josh insisted that it does. Going back to what you were saying, huh? So he asked the Coen brothers, "Hey, I think it needs something. And he said, okay, well, what does it need? Ethan asked him. Ethan goes, and what else? Because after he did the first grunt, he goes, Josh goes, huh. And then the other brother asked him, he's like, and what else? And he goes,
Yeah, I saw that.
and then every time they went for a screening of that movie, Ethan always laughed in the movie theater while it was screening, and Josh always knew where Ethan was at because he will laugh every time that part would come on.
Oh, because he wanted to put something there, and that
He wanted,
and
to put
he
something
let
there.
him put it there.
Yeah, he
just to
let
show him
put it
that
there. Just to show him that, all right, cool. It don't really need that. It doesn't really need that,
It didn't need any of that,
right?
But
It does not make a difference.
But putting myself in that situation, I feel like I would have been like, I would have done that same thing.
Yeah. So either
That's how I
way,
react to things.
I would have been like,
That's how I react to things.
fight or flight.
Where I find something good, I'm always like,
The macho man, gotta found a bag here. Found a bag
Most
here.
you ever lost on a coin toss.
And that part right there, that's where
Most
it really
you
took
ever lost.
What's
the cherry on top, bro.
in a coin
How are
toss?
you gonna kill a man that inherited
With
his,
the air
his
compressor.
dad's
go ask a
a psychopath? Yes, of course.
go ask a psychopath and see if you get an answer off of them.
Psychopaths do not work like that. Psychopaths live in your area. They probably seen you before. They're not out here just killing random people. They
probably-
live in the area.
You're probably talking about high functioning psychopaths.
True.
This guy was a cold blooded killer.
On a-
That's
Yeah.
Javier, they asked him, you're the perfect role. You know why you're the perfect role?
The
Because
haircut.
you speak no English.
Damn. So damn.
And you know why-
Stereotyping
And
right
you know
there.
why you don't speak no English? Because you don't like talking to people like us.
they actually ran a test on like
So you think that they're kind of portraying, people who don't speak English as
Coen
as-
Brothers?
Yeah, as like
Yeah.
as
That's
as
why Americans
villains.
love this movie. And who rated this movie 93% Rotten Tomatoes? Americans. That's who.
But he was playing isn't his name Anton Mercer? Something like that.
I think so.
Or something similar to that. But I don't think he was portraying a foreigner.
He wasn't, but he is a foreigner.
I mean,
the-
in real life, yeah.
yeah, he is, but
But not in the movie.
not in the movie. I think maybe he's kind of like, because they never did they ever describe where he's from? Like it was kind of like
Not
they would say he was kind of like a not like assassin, but like basically a hitman type.
Yeah, he was a
like
hitman.
Yeah.
like so you could come from anywhere, kind of like like Sicario, like Sicarios come from a specific area, raised and stuff and trained. But usually that's how like people like who are like highly functioning
Serial killers?
serial killers, psychopaths. They like that tendency of like doing stuff repeatedly. So it's like they have a system like that's the same thing how he's carrying the air compressor with the nail gun in it.
That's a crazy weapon.
Yeah.
That is a crazy weapon.
Now,
But you know
do
what's
you-
even crazier? No Oscars won.
They have won Oscars.
No Oscars.
Javier Bardem won Best Actor.
He did.
No
Yeah,
Oscars.
he won Best Actor.
what-
for
And you know what Javier said?
What
For that
business
movie.
was
You know what Javier
business
said?
is yours?
You know what Javier said?
What business is of yours?
You know what Javier
going
said?
to die.
How much you ever lost in a coin toss?
You know what he said? He said that wasn't even an interesting character ever played.
He said
You know
fuck-
what
he said
character?
Fuck the police.
You know what character was?
Isn't what the
In
villain?
Aladdin film movie. That was the most interesting character he's ever played.
Hey, what?
Aladdin film movie.
Which film?
Aladdin film?
Aladdin film movie.
He wasn't that?
He was in no, not Aladdin. Aladdin.
Aladdin. He was in Aladdin.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, he was in
Aladdin.
Aladdin? What the
No, he
fuck?
did not win the Oscars, my boy.
He did.
Have you guys seen? Actually, speaking of Harvey Bardem, have you guys seen The Gunman? He actually plays the villain in that movie.
He won that.
So he won Best Actor.
Best actor in a supporting role.
Oh. Yeah, he
Shout out to him.
he has good supporting roles like
But going back to as what I was saying before is
like James Bond.
he the way they get him, he didn't want to.
And James Bond, he really loved that character.
He didn't want to play this role because he's not that. He's not that. You know,
I'm not a psycho.
he couldn't get into that position. But the way he was as a person is like that's exactly what a psychopath thinks he is.
Yeah.
So that's why he was perfect for that role.
Like an upper power. He was saying that every time he would go into a role, an upper power was telling him directly what to do. And that's how he had them scenes.
With psychopath, like they were analyzing that, and they were saying that with psychopaths is that they're full of contradictions. They tell you one thing, but do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why he being, a generally nice guy, except for, certain situations where he's shushing fans or getting rid of them. But he's, a mild-tempered person. That's his thing. And being him, going into this extreme, we got manager over here,
Hey, what do you think?
the CEO of the company.
No, but honestly, going back to what I was saying, I really enjoyed the movie. It's just that the pace of it was sometimes slow to me, and I'm not used to that without having music because I need, coming where I come from, I need some music. I need some stuff. I need some sound in there. Watching Huerta and Black Panther, and then having him some, traditional.
You're not a fan of
Aztec-
silent films.
I'm not, bro. I just do not like it, bro. Honestly, and I just don't like how always like it's always like some Latin dude that's always like the bad guy.
Well, I mean, in Black Panther, he was technically
Yeah, the antagonist.
He's the bad guy. But I mean, it is what it is, man. It's film, and hopefully it changes. Hopefully we become superheroes.
Well, technically, Namor actually can have his own solo movie.
He can't.
Can he?
Nope, he cannot, because he's under it's same thing how
Hulk.
the Hulk was. So he's there the copyright, like the name
Of Universal.
Yeah, Universal owns the rights to Namor.
Namor and Hulk.
So there's like a little kind of like leeway where you can put him in the movie, but it has to be like if it's like a team up movie, or it's kind of like he has to be like it can't be like just based on him. How it was more Black Panther, but he was kind of like on the side about it a bit. But yeah. But yeah, basically
CEO.
But
So man, let's talk about my movie, man. I chose Blood In, Blood Out.
All right, you want to start that?
Going first, man.
yeah, the runtime was a little too much for me.
Yeah,
I mean, the movies was made way back when, and what year was it made?
1993.
1993.
I
So
was 1 year old when that movie came out.
I was not born. I was
not born. I was not thought of.
but literally, the runtime was a little long, just in the sense of the pacing. I felt like it could have been a little more shorter. It can be a little compressed. Maybe there can be little gripes about it where maybe it could have stayed the way it is just because of the format. But I think for the time and generation and stuff, and current how people watch movies nowadays, like I think nowadays it would have been more of a series. So you probably break that down into like maybe 45-minute series, and then kind of like do 5 hours, but in series.
That could have been a TV show, honestly, like Prison Break or something.
Yeah,
And that would have been more consumable,
yeah. Because then for me, like it had really good takes of just of like representation, and also just kind of like the struggle,
As a brown
yeah.
person.
Yeah, and especially like
America.
yeah, and then
I do like the fact that they kind of flipped it on its head on that, where the white Mexican was the one that was getting the shit.
Yeah. Yep.
true,
Yep.
true. I know, I understand, Louis. I understand. I feel your pain.
I feel your pain, Louis.
I mean, but that's
Don't
like,
watch Mexican television.
but yeah, I mean that's colorism and racism, and going on, and in all parts of the world. In Mexico, Teno Cuerta, he actually has a new book called Orgullo Prieto, but he talks about the the racism and the the colorism
Shout out to him,
in
man.
Mexico and in the industry.
Such a great guy.
If you haven't read the book, it's on audiobooks for Audible and stuff. But if you guys order it. I ordered mine off Amazon, so I'm waiting for it to come in.
A small snippet of what he was talking about, where it was like, when you see, maybe a lot of people don't watch Mexican telenovelas or movies or stuff like that. They would always portray the darker skins as either the servants, the help, or criminals, and antagonists, while the white, lighter skin
Heroes
are the heroes, the main
Going
characters.
back to Country of No Old Man. Going back to No Country Old Man, when Javier pulled up and killed his rivals, they were all brown. They were all brown.
Not Woody Harrelson. His character was white.
Who?
When he killed Woody Harrelson.
Because he's the main character. All three of them are main characters.
He's supporting character.
He's supporting character, but when he killed his rivals, they were all brown.
What do you mean by his rivals?
The gang rivals.
But he's I don't think he would consider them as rivals.
He was. If you look it
He's
up.
a hitman. He's just
If you look it up.
told to kill, and that's about it.
No. Javier wasn't told to kill. Javier was killing because he wanted to kill.
Yeah.
But going back to what Tenoch was saying, the virals were all brown, bro.
True.
But yeah, man, like I have it right here, bro. When he kills him with that gun, you like, you like that. I know you do. I know you remember this.
Yeah.
Look at who's he? What
White.
color?
Josh Brolin, he's white.
What color?
White.
Right? Fast forward.
So the scene they were explaining is the hotel scene where Javier's Bardem's character is looking for Josh Brolin because he's tracked them where the beeper is and where the money is inside the suitcase. But in that scene, the other people who are in the hotels and who also come try to get Josh Brolin are cartels.
That's a white guy.
No, he's brown, bro.
White guy, dude.
No, uno de Jalisco, mira. Hold on.
No, Jalisco. That was a white
Hold
guy.
on.
That was a white guy.
Hold on. I know you like them Western movies, but hold on to your holster. Hold on to your horses, eh? It's gonna get a little chippy right now, eh? Oh.
He came at him with a gun, dude.
Hey.
What, was he he's gonna allow himself to get killed?
Hold on. Look at that brother right there laying dead on the floor. That's a brother, man.
Mexican drug cartel. He deserved to die.
He's a brother, man. The people wondering what's going on, it's a guy, white male. I'm pretty sure he's Mexican. Yellow shirt, Hawaiian shirt. He's telling Javier, "No, don't kill me."
He's in the bathtub
He
doing this.
closes
He closed the curtain.
closed the curtain, and he didn't look at him. Shot him with this airsoft gun.
You see how he doesn't care. He's just pinching his socks, man. Come on,
man.
dude. That is a machine.
Yeah, he's a machine. He's a machine, bro. But going back to what Tenoch was saying, bro, that's honestly what I'm talking about here.
But that's a very mild representation about it. One thing I do have...
It is mild. It's mild, but
it's
there's
mild,
more.
but there
There's
is
more.
one example I can give where I don't know how many of that situation where there's racism towards darker skin Latinos. I'm just going towards that because that's my culture. Darker skins here in the United States, like blacks and darker skin individuals also get that treatment. But This topic is for in Mexico. What's going on? You guys remember the movie Roma?
Yeah.
That actress, darker skin,
Yeah.
Native American.
Yuritsa.
She got an Academy Award nomination.
Yeah.
Yet her lighter skinned peers of the Mexican community bashed her.
Yeah.
And that is a prime example of what's going on, where they are treated as lesser than. And that to me is just terrible, you know? And stuff like that needs to change. And I've always thought that, I remember as a young kid watching, novelas and stuff. And I would always,
Gaviota.
and I always think to myself, it was like, why is a darker person, of African origin or
They're usually like
indigenous.
Cuban, or they do a lot of like.
or indigenous origin, why are they the maid? Why are they the cook?
Yeah.
Why are they the criminal sent to kill, or the negative, basically? Why can't they be the positive?
Yeah.
Why can't they be the main character, the lead actor
Right.
in a novela
Talk about it.
or a movie or anything?
Tell them.
Why
Before I do.
do they have to be that? Oh, do people get intimidated when they don't have their fucking white actor as the lead? That to me is fucking ridiculous, and it needs to change.
Yeah, it needs to change.
And it's something I feel, even though I'm obviously not associated with, because I don't have the dark skin as
No, we are. We are.
other people,
We are.
and I've never experienced racism. But that to me, it angers me that we live in 2022, and it's still
2023
fucking,
now by the time this comes out.
yeah, probably. But that to me, it angers me.
Yeah.
And I don't usually, get heated on topics like that. But it's like when you see somebody as beautiful, darker skinned people are fucking beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially our people. Every people,
Yes,
honestly.
every people of dark, or to the whitest of snow, to the darkest of fucking charcoal, they are all fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
should be given a chance. And it just, dude,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it just pisses me off.
That's why Blood In, Blood Out is my number one movie out for me, because it shows you how strong
Our
our
community
community is, bro. Like
But
nobody
at the same time, it could backfire because we
it can
tend
backfire, yeah.
we tend to hurt ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's in every culture.
Yeah.
That's with everybody.
What I've seen about our culture is that you guys ever seen that experiment with crabs in a
Yeah.
bucket,
Yeah.
where instead of laying on top of each other to let at least one person get out of that bucket, no, they will try and attack each other
Yeah, to get out.
so that they can get in, and eventually, inevitably, no one gets out of that bucket.
Yeah.
And I've seen that in my community where it's they all try to kiss ass to the white people, and they will attack their own people,
Yeah.
just so they can get that
Acceptance.
acceptance that and dude, it irritates me. As myself, I will love for that person to like somebody like my friend here, Nevin. I would applaud him if he did better than me, and if my friend here, Alexander, if he succeeded more than I do, I would applaud it. I would never feel less than any of my peers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta support another. Like it's like
It doesn't matter if the skin was darker than fucking, the blackest of black or the whitest of fucking snow.
Yeah.
I will still applaud, and I
Yeah.
will be congratulating that individual, because there is no fucking need for any type of jealousy, any type of racism.
No.
That is fucking
We gotta
ridiculous
stand as
to
one.
me.
Or
We
try-
gotta stand as one, people. You gotta remember, man. There's more of us than there is of them, bro. The more consumers in America is African American people, and then there's us, because we like to flex, we like to show shit, we like to buy new shit, and that's just how it is, man. That's why Blood In, Blood Out for me. If you know what Blood In, Blood Out means, it means sangre por sangre, which means that my blood for your blood. You know what I mean? So that's why it's my number one, man. I love that movie. And going back to what my homies were talking about, over at Counterfeit, shout out to Damien Choppa, Miklo coming to Counterfeit, my homie. Shout out to Israel, STM, having them over at a meet and greet over in the Pilsen neighborhood over in 18 and Ashland. My homie Israel and his team, they teamed up with Damien Choppa, Miklo, to have a meet and greet over in the Pilsen neighborhood. It went well over the past 2 weeks. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to the
Would
to
you
the
like
team
to
out there.
talk about what counterfeit is so people don't actually think of the definition of
Yeah.
counterfeit?
So Counterfeit is a shoe boutique. You can find them over on 18th and Ashland. And that's my homie. Just say that Pilsen Don sent you, or Alexander.
Yeah, shop local, support
Shop local,
support your community.
Support the community,
Especially
out to my
stopping
boy Israel, man.
that gentrification, rather than
sir,
just having
yes,
these like corporate or money, having people that want to come in and just kind of make profit and
Yes, sir.
change the area. There's got to be more people that should be coming from within the community.
Yes, sir.
That want to create something for themselves.
And shout out to Damien Choppa to actually agreeing to doing a meet and greet.
For those who don't know, would you like to explain who Damien Choppa is?
Damien Choppa is Miklo in Blood In, Blood Out. Tres puntos.
He's an actor.
Yeah, he's an actor. He was Miklo in Blood In, Blood Out. He was the white guy you were talking about. Mexican descent. Is he Mexican descent?
Yeah, he is. He has Mexican blood, Native American blood, and Spanish blood, I think.
Yeah, definitely Spanish blood. Because that man is white bread. Ginger.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, this man is as but shout out to him, man. He's a real guy, man.
I will say my
real
positive
people out there real exist, man. I love the movie. He came and supported the community. Shout out to him. Shout out to Counterfeit. Shout out to Israel. This for you, man. STM. Shout out to you guys.
I will say my pros on that movie was the brutality. Sometimes we shy away from brutal scenes because it's I don't want to see that. But it's like stuff like that happens.
Yeah, in prison. That's their prison life.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that stuff you see in that movie, that brutal stuff that is too hard to see, it happens way worse in real life. And I love that about that. That's one of the positives, which normally other people would have probably put at as a con. The emotional storytelling to me was
Oye,
amazing.
pendejo, you don't know how to knock?
The emotional storytelling to me was on point. It talked about all the points we just talked about. It was great. The message of family and race, that was great as well.
Going back into this whole movie bash.
You got any ideas of what we can do for the next one? Until our subscribers let us know what they want to hear.
We do Cold War.
Cold War.
Best war movie.
Yeah,
Best
best
war movie.
best war movie.
But not just any war movie.
Oh, you're gonna do 1812, aren't you? Or 1912?
War
1917.
movies.
Which one?
I'm
1917?
1917. You want to
19,
Oh, that's good. Roger Deakins.
1939 all the way to 1946 type movies.
so World War II.
Against the Nazis.
Well, so best World War II movie,
Yeah, best World War II movie then.
or World War One to World War II.
World War One to World War Two.
So it's way behind the 19.
Yeah, we gotta do our history here.
Yeah, I really do, bro. honestly.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look something up and see what pops in my head.
Or do you?
Yeah,
or maybe.
for part two, we've decided we're gonna do best war movie.
Yeah.
From World War II or World War One,
World War One and World War Two.
or we can.
Between that, World War Two has a million movies, so it shouldn't be that hard to pick one out.
If you guys are tuning in to the podcast and stuff, like, comment, subscribe,
Like, comment,
Yes,
and
that helps us out.
subscribe,
That helps
share.
us out a lot. And
helps the algorithm find
Comment.
let us know
Yes,
what
please comment,
what
like,
you
and
guys are
subscribe.
liking.
We would really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Much
Yes,
love.
sir.
We're starting out.
Yeah.
And it helps us out immensely.
Yeah, and also just letting us know,
Assuming you've
everything.
stayed this long for the video.
but that way it lets us know if you guys even like these new segments that we're doing.
Anyway, with that, we close our episode.
No, we don't go shit because we're gonna keep on going.
Thank you, guys. Please like, subscribe. It helps
Like,
us out.
comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. It helps us out 1,000,000 times, please.
A milli.
And if you've stayed for this long, you're one of the special ones.
I love you.
And we will be...
Estoy aquí para decirte, ánimo, vamos a salir adelante todos juntos. No, claro que no, son mamadas.
Fuck you, tata.
Nos va a cargar la super verga.